always loved to talk. I love listening to other people talk, hearing their voices and their stories. I also love music. Even as a little girl, I was drawn to the magic of music and entertainment. My relatives leaned into it, buying me microphones, record players, wigs, letting me play and perform. I remember watching Soul Train and being mesmerized by Don Cornelius speaking into that skinny microphone while people sang and danced around him. I didn't just want to dance on the show. I wanted to talk into the microphone. I wanted to host, to narrate, to set the tone. Then my mom bought my sister and me a tape recorder with a microphone. That was it. I'd play Michael Jackson's Thriller on my little record player and record myself talking about the album while it played in the background. I was my own DJ. I even had a name for my radio station. The Emerson Broadcast System, which was the brand of my record and tape player, repurposed into my very official media company. As I got older, the tape stopped, but the pull towards storytelling, voice, and connection never did. I dreamed of being a talk show host, a news anchor. I even wanted to be a fashion designer. I was always drawn to storytelling, presence, creativity, and connection. Life, however, took me down a different path. I became a lawyer and forged a career in career and professional development and diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I did everything I was supposed to do. I moved up, took on prestigious roles, built the resume, the network, the salary. From the outside, it all looked right. But inside, something felt muted. Like parts of me, the expressive, curious, creative parts, were being tucked away. Over time, I started to feel invisible. That feeling became impossible to ignore a few years ago during a routine doctor's appointment. I learned that uterine fibroids had been growing unchecked, essentially consuming my uterus. I was stunned. How did this happen? How did I not know? Wasn't someone supposed to be paying attention to this? How did no one flag it for me sooner? As I walked out of the office, I noticed the waiting room filled with pregnant women. And in that moment, a thought hit me. Maybe because I wasn't actively trying to have a baby, I simply wasn't the priority. And that realization didn't stop there. I began noticing how many spaces weren't built with women like me in mind. Midlife women who are vibrant, curious, evolving. Women who aren't defined by caregiving or age, but by becoming. Women who still want joy, depth, laughter, growth, and yes, fun. Lots of fun. In a culture that loves to put women in boxes, if you don't neatly fit into one, you can disappear altogether. And that's when I realized something important. The girl who loved the microphone never left. She was just waiting to be heard again. While it took a few more years and more aha moments, this podcast was eventually born. The Invisibles exist to make space for the conversations we're not having enough. Conversations about identity, transition, grief, reinvention, joy, and visibility in midlife. It's for those of us who are too old to be young, too young to be done, and very much still becoming, both women and men alike. This podcast is about reclaiming voice, about being seen, and about reminding ourselves and each other that our life experiences aren't insignificant and we're definitely not invisible. I was able to rope in amazing people from all walks of my life. College friends, sorority sisters, friends of friends, and other people that I've met along this wild life adventure. Each episode touches on the things that we all deal with in our day-to-day lives. We kick off this crazy podcast adventure with my dear friend and sorority sister Marjorie, my free-spirited friend Darius, and my best friend Tremaine. We talk about making grown-up decisions, which includes a discussion about what success means to us now and life lessons learned.
Is this a lesson that you only learn when you are 40? Are there people who, come out of undergrad sort of knowing that? Or is it something like, does life have to start life?
I think you have to live life.
I think so. I don't think it matters the age, but I think it matters, like the experiences have to happen. So prayerfully, like I don't know that I would have been able to survive these experiences at 25. Like that would have ended me. There's no way.
In episode 2, my grown-up friend Rhonda and amazing college friend Randy and I talk about the realization and onset of perimenopause and menopause.
Yeah, I mean, this resonates so much with me because I think when I first noticed changes was about 3 years ago, and I didn't recognize it as perimenopause because it was more sort of mental health related. I remember my son got advanced in math. They decided to move him ahead 2 years. So there was a little bit of catch up he needed to do. And so I was tutoring him and I was absolutely losing my shit.
My beautiful sister friend Yakiri and licensed clinical social worker Jacqueline talk about how we've reframed midlife as a rebirth and an opportunity to begin again.
I can't point to a specific event, but it feels like for the last, since I turned 40, it was very much like, okay, my priorities are different. And I'm thinking about more like how I want to spend my time versus what other milestone I'm chasing.
Jacqueline and Marjorie make a return visit while we talk about being in the sandwich generation and digest the reality of our aging parents.
The sandwich generation is basically, the in-between. We are the group of people who are taking on, I guess, multi-roles. We normally have kids or other people that we're caring for that are younger than us. And then we also have our parents, our older people that we care for, that require a lot of our time. So the sandwich just refers to just kind of being in the middle.
I'll talk about relationships after 40, both friendships and partner relationships, with my sister in all things exercise, Courtney, Alana, a dear girlfriend from college with whom I have a sibling type of relationship, and rounding out the discussion trio is my soul sister, Swafia.
My friends and I are growing in directions that aren't necessarily the same, but those are friendships and relationships that I really value, and I think that requires an intentionality. And
not only is it the differences between where we are as people that I love so much, now over 40, it's not just you being friend with your friend, you're friends with their whole family.
Eric, who I affectionately refer to as the Hubs, and my bestie Tremaine, two people I'd give my life for, will talk with me about grief and loss. We talk about how the loss of loved ones changes who we are, the ways in which we view the world, and relationships.
When my mother passed away, and that was, it felt very physical. I just remember, driving from the hospital, the chest, it literally felt like there was a hole.
I love money, and I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but financial planner Veronica, along with the Hubs and the bestie, will talk about it in Finances After 40. In that discussion, we'll talk about how lessons of our childhood frame and influence how we see money as adults.
I really believe that in relationships, this is one place where opposites truly attract, because I'm the type, digital coupons, hard coupon, whatever, anywhere I can save a little money, I'm going to do it.
My dream maker and beautiful brother friend Chauncey, the magic behind making this podcast happen, along with my incredibly boundless friend Bendita, will talk with me about reconnecting with your younger self.
You've got to find a way to do all of the things that you're itching for, one way or another, whether it's paid or unpaid. When you have an itch, you gotta scratch it.
And season 1 of The Invisibles concludes with a conversation about career dreams and detours with a reprise from Bendita and Yakiri.
You think about these career transitions, it's not just about changing a job, right? It's really, in a lot of ways, seeking realignment with who you're becoming, right? So that's going to continue to evolve. So as much as it is about what you're leaving behind, it's also about what you're ready to claim.
I hope over the 9-episode season of The Invisibles, you'll feel seen and heard in at least one. I want to thank you now for living this amazing dream with me. I hope you'll stick around for every episode and that you too will look forward to new episode drops, and will follow The Invisibles on Instagram at the_invisibles_podcast for content in between episodes. In the meantime, let's go!